Well. Here we are. It's been a while. Hello, Kat. How are you doing? Welcome to another I almost said Umineko, but no. It's Rose Guns Days. Um it has been a while because reasons. And I'm back. So we're good to go now. But because it's been like 3 weeks and then some. I think it's been like a month actually at this point. Uh, I may be rusty. I'm glad you're doing good. So yeah, forgive any rust, I guess. I I'm doing my best. And I think I actually forgot to set off my timers. This is part of the rustiness because that's, this all used to be habit, and now it's not anymore because that's how quickly I drift away from my habits, shall we say. So all it takes is a couple weeks, and I forget everything. Let's see, I still did okay though, it could have been worse. Just saying. And yeah, I did set some time aside to check what happened last time for myself as a refresher, and so that I can give you a little recap. But first, just a reminder, given the setting and the context and the content of this game, we need a warning. Warning 4. Violence, gun violence, racism, sexual content including references to assault, misogyny, and alcohol abuse. I have not played this game before, I'm going in blind, so other stuff may pop up. If that happens, I will add a content warning for that specific thing to the bigger list and also to the YouTube description. So if you don't like surprises in this kind of sense, and you want to be, you want to be careful, totally understandable. The YouTube VODs is where you want to go. Videos. I don't know what the difference is between a VOD and a video. I'm too old for that. It's video on demand, right? So I guess there is no difference. Anyway, not the point. Yeah. It's like a specific type of video. Either way, YouTube is where you want to be for more detailed content warnings. Though I try to be descriptive about the stuff you've already seen, and I don't anticipate huge differences, nothing outrageous, I guess. But that doesn't really help at all, does it? That doesn't tell you anything. Let's see. I just closed my summary. Oh, here it is. Yes, because, since it's been a while, a little refresher would be good, probably. Last time, the Primavera crew, the ones who have not been kidnapped, were with Meiju. Kinda just hanging out and doing some planning for their next steps in this whole mess that they got themselves into. They also did some casual Fight Club, I would say. There were no rules like with Fight Club, but there was a fight between Leo and Meiju, and it was a draw, and they were both holding back so that they would not basically kill the other. Although I don't know if either of them would have succeeded, since they were very evenly matched, and scary, I think is the right word. So that's fun. In the meantime, while they were having an all-out fist fight, Caleb was dealing with some more buddies who turned traitor. They tried to make off with the Was it 100 million Japanese dollars? It was a crazy amount. It would have been a lose-lose scenario, yeah. 100 million Japanese dollars. Again, we don't know exactly what the value of that is because this is a fictional universe and they never really make any comparison in to the real world in terms of how much that money is worth, but it's a lot. So yeah, the war buddies turned traitor have been dealt with. They're now dead. And Miguel made sure to double tap them. Like, as if he was in a zombie movie. Not meanwhile, this happened after. Wayne and Miguel also had a really unusual heart-to-heart. They did honeycomb them, yes, which is a horrible way to describe people being shot, but yeah. Sorry to all you trypophobia havers, I'm with you on that one. Unpleasant mental image, to say the least. But yes, Wayne and Miguel have a heart-to-heart about dying, death, being prepared to die, and what you can be prepared to die for, and I guess what that means for the rest of your life, right? And how they compare to each other in that sense. We also got to find out more about Miguel's backstory in the war, where he basically surrendered, and then one of his... They went on a suicide mission. It did not go well. He surrendered, his fellow soldier did not, and basically obliterated. He succeeded in the suicide attack. And that left Miguel being completely traumatized, basically. If I remember correctly. I skipped some of that because I didn't want to rewatch my entire own read-through of this. Because I cringe at my own voice. But yeah, Miguel had a rough time with that. And later recovered and said he wants to go have a drink with Wayne at some point. If there's occasion, which he knows there probably won't be because Wayne's a hostage. And will probably end up being killed. According to me, as far as Miguel knows, right? Wayne and Claudia are still okay at this point. And they've now met each other. They were moved to a more cozy, pleasant location. Good for them. Where they discuss Amanda for a bit, and Claudia basically reveals that Amanda might have had purer motives for taking over Primavera than we anticipated. That she did it to protect the girls working there, and in a way that would allow her to step aside and make way for Rose once they got, Rose back into... Once things are safe and Rose can take over again. And the way she did that, according to Claudia, is to basically paint herself as the villain. By acting like the villain, Amanda is ensuring that no one will mind if she leaves. Sort of setting the stage for Rose to be the heroic, the heroic figure that returns and makes everything okay again. Which, well, to what extent that's true, we've yet to find out. Last episode ended with Caleb heading out to make the deal with the Americans. He's going to hand over 100 million Japanese dollars in exchange for their support. Their support? I'm looking away. Why do I not remember exactly what the deal was? Anyway, they made a deal. However, we already know that the Americans have said, not to Caleb of course, but they have said that they will not honor this deal, and essentially called out a hit on him. So there's assassins just lying in wait while this deal goes down. He gives money, they give special license to operate exclusive business. Yeah, thank you. That was it. So today is the day where we find out how all that's gonna turn out. Maybe. The deal, at least. That's what we're gonna find out about, I'm sure. I hope. If after everything, we still don't find out, I don't know. Speaking of inner monologue for Amanda, based on what she said last time, it kind of seems like she's still in Caleb's camp, but who knows? Who knows? We'll only find out if we continue reading. So let me just crack open my iced coffee. And take a sip. Maybe she is, like, lying to herself to be a more convincing liar, yeah? Ceylon tonic water? Wait, what, like the tea? Also, today might be a shorter episode than normal because, I'm not only rusty streaming-wise, but, I've been very quiet these past 3 weeks. 4 weeks. Oh, interesting. I've never had that before. At the point where I didn't even know what it is. Well, enjoy. But yeah, my voice is, not it, you know how it is. I have problems with that. It's gonna start getting real, what's the word? What's the word for, like, basically like sandpaper. That's what it's gonna feel like for me, and that's what it's gonna sound like. Oh, I don't think I want. I've heard other people using their own voice for AI, and it smooths the hell out of everything, and it makes it sound super creepy, unless it's like that's kind of what you're going for, right? It's I don't know. There's like, it's creepy. It's weird. I'm also not the biggest AI proponent in general, but you know. It would be really convenient, but then I'll never get better at talking, which is kind of why I started doing all this in the first place. So it kind of defeats the point, doesn't it? And the pronunciation's weird, yeah, you don't really get any emotional anything. But hey, maybe in the future one day, when I'm like, I don't want to read things anymore, I'll just have the AI do it. Why not? I honestly don't think it'll ever be as good as like a real person, but that's just me. Who knows? You're telling me you have to sit here for another 20 years and read? No, I do this by choice, it's fine. Well, yeah, fair point. I wish I could just sit here and read quietly, that would be way more, manageable. But nah, I've said this before, the reading I do here, like reading to you, the viewer, has been actually really good for me. It's helped a lot with just talking. getting used to talking for longer periods of time, right? Because I'm a very quiet person in general. So yeah, I'm just gonna... Sometimes you take a few steps back and then you get back into it again. It's alright. And on that note, let's actually begin instead of continuing to stall. In front of the City 23 occupying forces headquarters, many cases of money were being carried out of a line of money transport trucks, surrounded by black cars. Yeah, I can imagine that being tricky sometimes. One by one, these were carried into a corner of the conference room. Butler's coordinates, I can read, subordinates, were opening them up and counting each and every stack of bills. See, I was adding the CO from counting to subordinates and then you get a different word. What did Caleb sound like? Hold on. Oh boy. You certainly are cautious. Do I look like a man who would try to fool you? This is to check that we haven't been fooled. And also to check that you haven't been fooled. Oh. You dare to say that, do you? The other day, he had executed some high-ranking members of his organization that had betrayed them. That incident might have reached Butler's ears. Or, you know, maybe it's a fair assumption that an organization of basically criminals might try to scam each other. That seems just like basic. Like anyone could have guessed that, my guy. Why would you ever assume that someone who's going to give you 100 million is just going to give you 100 million? Especially if it's like an actual physical bills. Why would you not count that? On what planet? Ridiculous. Right? You would expect fake money, like filler stacks, you know, you would absolutely expect that. Especially if you know that basically the criminal underworld barely has this kind of money to begin with. And even with like the legitimate businesses that they went to extort, this is a huge amount of money, an insane amount of money. To the point where they thought that he couldn't get the amount of money. Of course you're gonna count it. Anyway, Captain, we finished counting the bills. There were no mistakes. There's exactly 50 million in there. Wait, what? 50 million? Not 100 million. Yes, 50 million. Caleb, it looks like your second half is late in arriving here. If you're lacking in manpower, my subordinates could lend a hand. Caleb, don't. No, and this is all of it. All for today, that is. Always okay. And what does that mean? We've shown our sincerity. Our point is that it's time for you to show yours. Next, we would like to see you take action. Tangible action towards giving us the special offers window. You know, you could have just negotiated this to begin with, right? Because pulling this at this point might not be the smartest move. We did agree that such would happen after you prepared $100 million, didn't we? Butler. Don't underestimate the Japanese so much. If you take action we can see, I'll take action you can see by bringing in the rest of the money. If you're asking for proof that we have the reminder, I can show just you, especially. Though, of course, you'll have to be blindfolded and guided there. You don't trust me at all, do you? We're dealing on an even footing. Don't look down on me too much. This is gonna bite him in the ass. I just know it. Half? Yes. They've only brought in 50 million. They say they'll pay the other half once we've shown some sort of action. I wonder if he really has that other 50 million. He isn't a man capable of bluffing like that. I think you can be sure he has it. What do you think, gentlemen? There's no need to panic, is there? We'll probably have to give up on the remaining 50 million, but it should be easy to pull in the other half. Everyone. Please don't take Caleb too lightly. It may only be half, but Caleb has already played his trump card. Please remember that we don't know what might happen if Caleb is made in the least bit suspicious. Don't forget that the Japanese are a race who chose death over surrender, and who prefer to strike out at the enemy, even at the cost of their own lives. Even greed should be handled in moderation. However, going by what Butler says, we still qualify as overly greedy. Oh, no. That's just the secret to long life and success. At any rate, Mr. Caleb has shown us a splendid performance. Our hearts have been sufficiently moved by his 50 million. Why don't we welcome him as our new partner? When the Director General slowly clapped his hands, it spread to the other officers, and a light applause broke out. Captain, have you made arrangements for seeing our guest off? You'll give Mr. Caleb a fitting send-off for our new partner, won't you? Have no fear. I've already prepared an army honor guard to see him off. He really is a smooth talker. A pair of binoculars was looking down at the front of the occupying forces headquarters. An officer, one of Butler's subordinates, came into their field of vision. Then, he kicked at the ground 3 times. We've received the signal. We're go. Repeat, we are go. American snipers were positioned on rooftops and bell towers overlooking the front of the headquarters. Target has appeared, escorted by Captain Butler. If the captain drops his glove, shoot. Hold fire until you're certain. Check your windage. Take care. An ominous cloud covered the sun, and a slightly cold and strong wind was blowing. Hold up. Hey. I'll return to my train of thought later. When will we have our answer? I hear the higher-ups are already rearranging matters with the families on the American mainland. It may only have been half, but they've gotten 50 million Japanese dollars in cash. Things should move on to concrete action now. Listen up, Butler. We've shown our sincerity. So you'd better return it with your own sincerity. If you give us anything else, I'll give it right back to you. Make sure you don't forget that. Don't threaten me. I'm just the underling on translation duty, okay? I mean, right? Welcome back, Caleb. How was it? We're waiting to see how they move. Isn't there a Japanese proverb about good news coming to those who sleep on it? Do you realize how hard Caleb worked to amass that 100 million Japanese dollars? If you don't respond in kind, I'll feed you a sandwich made from your own sliced up nose. Dang. Sure sucks to be the translator. Everyone hates you and your monthly salary doesn't go up at all. Those people don't think of us rank and file soldiers as anything more than dogs. However, Butler, if the deal goes well, does go well, I'll have to thank you. When that happens, I'll let bygones be bygones and we'll be friends. Can we become friends? We can. I'll give you some delicious drink when we do. Caleb held out his right hand to Butler for a handshake. At that moment, the wind suddenly died. Butler took off his glove to respond with a handshake. That glove slipped from his hand and fell. Whoops, my apologies. Butler crouched down to pick up the glove he dropped. A crisp sound of gunfire pierced the air. As time froze, Caleb slowly spun and fell. Miguel reached his hand out towards him, but it didn't reach Caleb's hand. I actually thought Miguel got shot instead, but no, he was fine? Question mark? Because another assassin's bullet shot forward, piercing a flag in the roof of the car. Frozen time was smashed open, and Caleb's large body fell to the asphalt. Caleb! Caleb! Get in the car, Miguel. It's a sniper. Were you hit? Are you okay? Stop talking like a coward. It's just a scratch, fool. Damn it. Where are they shooting from? Are you kidding me? Captain, you're alright? Don't worry about me. The sniper's probably up on that roof. Capture him. Yes, sir. American troops blew their whistles and began running frantically. Caleb swayed, but Miguel pulled his hand and he tumbled into the car. Caleb, quickly! Damn it. Go on ahead. It's a hitman. Looks like you've made too many enemies, Caleb. So long, Butler. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Start the car, quickly! Without even waiting for the door to close, the car holding Caleb dashed off, leaving a trail of white smoke. Blood? You're bleeding! Oh, do you think I'd keel over and die from something like this? The first shot had scratched his shoulder, apparently digging a hole in his flesh. Blood spurted out, and though he acted tough, his face was twisted in pain. Who on earth did this? Another traitor in the family? What could it be Chinatown's doing? True. They're the only ones I can think of capable of something like this. If we joined up with the occupying forces, they would completely lose their advantage in City 23 after all. Wait. Don't jump to that conclusion. It may have been Li Meiju, a traitor who took action. However, regardless of who did it, there's only one person who could be behind them. Madame Rose. God damn it. Butler. He's such a good liar that he accidentally pinned this on Rose somehow. Typical. Also that sniper scene, the tension in that really tells you that this author is also a horror writer. Like, damn, that was good. I want to say crisp, but I don't know if that's like a good word to describe tension, but I don't know, in my brain it is. In my brain that works. My first assumption would, the tension was crisp, yeah. Like biting into an apple. If this happened to me, right, I would think, oh shit, the people I was just talking to betrayed me, rather than literally anyone else. But, again, Butler, really good liar. Very smooth. And for as much of a magnificent bastard of a, like, schemer and boss Caleb is, right? He's not that smart. He's not that smart. I'm just gonna say it. He's not that smart. It's just part of his character, even, like... yeah. So while I think it's silly of him to not be suspicious, I also think it's perfectly in character for him to not be suspicious. Butler is a lot smarter, you're right. And he's absolutely scheming just as much. Okay. Oh, and I think I might have been to the building that was in the background where Caleb gets shot, and that's in Italy. I'm pretty sure I have to look at some, I'll have to look at some pictures, but I think that would be a fun fact, so I'm just gonna take a note of that. So if you're on YouTube, check the description, because I might have figured out where the big building with the fancy columns exactly, where that is, which building that is, basically. Pretty sure I have been in that building. Yeah, it's... so much of the architecture in the backgrounds is distinctly European. Which is super interesting. And I think I mentioned this before, but I've tried to look up if anyone knows, like, where these pictures were taken. Because they're pictures with a filter on. But, no dice on that. But for that one image, I might have an idea. I mean, technically Japan at this point is part of America and China, I guess. So definitely not Europe. But yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works, architecture-wise. It does help to sort of sell the alternate history vibe, I feel. Plus, it kind of avoids having like really familiar locations for Japanese readers. To again sell the alternate history vibe. I don't know. Because the branching happens around the Second World War, right? And not before that, but I don't know, maybe... I don't know. Maybe it's just for the vibes. I distracted myself with that. I'm gonna keep reading now. Rose is in touch with Lee Major. Butler also used to be Rose's backer. Richard got away with a large sum of money. It should be easy for him to buy people and create traitors. It wouldn't be impossible to use stacks of bills to cut away at the bosses who've lost respect for me. True enough. Chinatown, the occupying forces, and traitors. She's the only figurehead that can bring all my enemies together. Oh, so he does think that Butler is in on it. Interesting. Damn you, Rose. This is what I get for letting her go free. Ugh. Anyway, let's find a safe place to hide, somewhere the other bosses don't know about. Understood. Looks like we failed to finish him off. It's a darn shame. What happens to the machine gun team? I believe I told you to get them ready, didn't I? Well, the MPs thought their car was suspicious. Originally, 2 teams had been planned for this mission to assassinate Caleb. The sniper team on the roof, and a machine gun team in a car, in case the first group failed. However, just before the plan was carried out, the MPs guarding the entrance to the headquarters thought that the machine gun team's car looked suspicious, so they ordered them to leave. Of course, Butler's assassination squad was operating behind the scenes, and for those of you who don't know, the MP here stands for military police, I believe. The MPs guarding the door obviously didn't know about the plan. That man has the luck of the devil. He screwed up, but he didn't realize we were behind it, so we're safe. We'll have more chances to assassinate him. Well, before that, hell, to play with those greedy geezers. Oh, speak of the devil. The phone rang out noisily. Butler threw his feet up onto the desk and stretched, leaving the phone be for the time being. Yeah, I was just thinking that, because I know that MP stands for, thank you for reminding me, members of parliament, because I knew it was something, I couldn't remember the exact term. And yeah, them having any kind of clearance to be like, yo, go away, your car is suspicious, would be a little strange. Especially, you know, at the US occupying forces headquarters. Black cars from the Caleb family raced through the city. Bundles of paper were thrown out the window, scattering all over the city. A dreary wind blew them about the feet of the hesitant city dwellers. What is this word? I've never seen this word before in my entire life. I have gone 60... What? No. 36. 63. I have gone 36 years without ever seeing this word in my entire life. This is one for the fun fact section. Hold on. Yeah. I can't talk today. It's terrible. They were mimeograph printed leaflets with something written on them. Seeking contact with Rose. Wish to talk about Wayne and Claudia. Someone's just randomly talking loudly in the hallway. I hope you can't hear that. The building hallway echoes a lot, so you can basically hear everything everybody says in there. And people will just stand there and yell into their phones regularly. But okay, that's good. If you do hear it, I'm sorry. But it's also not my fault. Nice shot, Rose. I've gotten a lot better at hitting what I'm aiming at. Right now, how many rounds do you have left? Huh? Yeah, I don't know why people tend to make phone calls like outside of their houses in the hallway that echoes to the extent where everyone in the building can hear you talk. That seems like it's less privacy rather than more. I really don't get it. Oh well. That is a weird flex, you're right. How dare they? I don't have a social life. It would be a successful flex, but a weird one, for sure. So close. If you could have answered that immediately, you'd have graduated past the beginner level. It was still unknown whether this would be effective in a real battle. However, Rose's skill with a gun was increasing in leaps and bounds. That was clear to everyone watching. That's a training instructor for you. You teach good. Maybe making it up on your own isn't enough. I'll have Leo teach me how to shoot too. Sure. I'll always welcome girls as pupils. Well, I think it's important to get ahead in the world in a way that doesn't involve shooting guns. Holy shit, Richard. Goddamn. Fortunately, we've already failed to get ahead in the world that way. Brutal. He's not wrong, but brutal. True enough. Protect yourself by your own hands. I feel that this is a form of etiquette, as normal to carry around with you as a handkerchief. Etiquette sure has gotten scary these days. I think the age where women gain the favor of men by acting weak is over. You said it. Women have to get stronger. Women can't survive by hiding behind someone and grabbing onto their legs anymore. Rose, where is this coming from? You've been like... surrounded by strong, powerful women who aren't like, who don't need no man. Where's this coming from? Is this like her low self-esteem talking? Huh.
I've been thinking about that for a while now. Women have to get stronger in the future.
That's a good point, because women, she's had all these other strong women around. And men. And that's why she doesn't have to, like, harden herself. And I think that's been, like, outright mentioned a couple times, too. But that's also, in a way, her strength. That's why everyone likes her and loves her. I wonder if like, her character's gonna change a bit. It's already changing a little. Interesting. My. Oh boy, this one's gonna be another fun fact section, because we're not gonna dwell on this now. Okay. I'll Google a translation for you real quick, just so that I'm not, to double check that I'm not wrong. Yeah, hold on. It seems the Yamato Nadeshiko will be extinct before long. And that term means, the personification of an idealized Japanese woman, or the epitome of pure feminine beauty. So basically, like, soft, quiet, like a flower. According to what this says, at least. And, bit of a doormat. I don't know, he doesn't seem too bothered by it, and literally none of the women he knows are that kind of archetype, so I'm sure Richard's fine with it. And do keep in mind this is in the 40s, so, you know. Women are using guns and men are getting good at serving tea. End of the world, you think? Hey, I'm good at cooking and embroidery too. Making tea isn't my only talent. And then everybody laughed. Which I can't do with my voice alone. But we don't talk about Cyrus much, because he's just sort of there, being his cool self, but I do think he's great. And he knows embroidery. That's rad. She's good at beating bodies of shoulder lizards. Oh, I wish he was a little better at it, though. Well, everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. Pardon me for my intrusion.
Andrew-san.
Why don't you join us? I'd like to have a look at your skill with a gun.
Andrew-san's a first-class shooter too, you know?
That was a long time ago. These days, I can hardly hold anything heavier than chopsticks.
What's wrong? Do you have something for us?
Madam Rose, there is something I would like to talk to you about, up top.
Oh? What could it be?
Leo tried to go with her, but Meiju stopped him with his palm. Am I in the way? I would like to speak with Rose-san alone. Uh-oh.
This is...
They have been scattered throughout the city. Rose's eyes dug into the leaflet, her fists shaking. She had never forgotten that Wade and Claudia had been taken hostage, not for a moment. Seeking contact. They're telling you to call the number written here. There. Would you mind if I borrow your phone? Go ahead. Maju lifted up the receiver and handed it to Rose. Rose gulped, lifted up her head, and took the receiver. Then, she dialed the number on the leaflet. Hello. Who is it? Rose Hibara. You said you wanted me to contact you. So, I finally get to hear your voice. Yeah, oh, is this, yeah, thought so.
You really did it the other day. Should we take that as a declaration of war?
I don't know what you're talking about.
How long are you gonna play dumb? Well, enough of that. Listen carefully to what I'm about to say. If you don't, something terrible will happen to Wayne and Claudia. You understand, right? Are the two of them alright? It's up to you whether they come out of this alright or not, isn't it?
I understand.
So, what should I do? At 10 tonight, come alone to Pier 7 in the Harbor District.
She looked at the clock on Maju's desk. It was about an hour before 10.
If I do that, will you let them go? Ask Caleb that. I can't make any promises.
10 tonight it is then. I understand.
And again, come alone, okay? Any little tricks won't do the hostages any good, see?
I understand.
Well then, I've passed on the message. It'll be tonight.
You said I should ask Caleb's son if he'll let them go or not. Will you let me meet with Caleb's son?
If you really do come alone, I imagine Caleb will at least listen to what you have to say. Of course, if you have a problem with that, you don't have to come.
I will definitely come alone. Please tell Caleb's son that.
I like your resolve. Oh well then, bye-bye.
When she set the receiver down, Maju took a map out of a drawer and laid it out. I guess, Caleb was fine and didn't need much medical attention. He's tougher than his Boy King outfit makes him look. Sorry, I'm just constantly ragging on his fashion choice. I mean, I'm not wrong. It's terrible. But I should learn to let it go, maybe. Did I like it originally? I think I said it was fancy, which I guess, yes. Hey. Yeah, you're right. I'm biased because he's evil now. And I didn't want him to be evil. I'm way more forgiving of like good fun characters' bad fashion choices. Who's gonna propose? You're right, you're right. Okay, but then for the context, I thought that he dressed up for like a date. And then it's like, oh, look at this precious boy looking absolutely goofy, but he's trying, like he's doing his best, you know? It's fun. Now he's like prancing around in that and ordering his goons to gun people down for stealing money and kidnapping people, and it's different context. The context matters. Don't call me out like that. I'm kidding, it's fine. Yeah, we never... yeah, he just completely lost the cool guy vibe, and it's all Boy King vibe now. And I don't like Boy... I don't like Boy King Caleb. I enjoy him as a villain. And that's it. And that's fine. It's an interesting arc, for sure. Anyway. Tier 7 would be... here.
What kind of place is it?
It is positioned in the deepest part of the Caleb family's base area. A dangerous place, where even Chinatown cannot enter easily. Which is probably why they call it there. Yeah, good guy Caleb would have been fun, but ultimately boring, I think, for the plot. I think ultimately this is better. It was the place they had called her out to. She didn't need anyone to tell her that it would be a dangerous location. This is a trap.
I don't need you to tell me that. However, I cannot abandon Wayne-kun and Claudia to die.
What do you plan to do?
I think I'll obey him and come alone.
It will be dangerous. I cannot guarantee that you will survive.
I'm fully aware of that. However, those two were captured for my sake. I have to boldly take responsibility for that.
The Caleb family is breaking apart at the seams. It seems he pushed too hard, and a lot of discontent and dissatisfaction is built up among his high-ranking subordinates. That is being held together by the force of Caleb-san's personal power. If Caleb-san were to die, the Caleb family could not avoid crumbling.
What do you mean by that?
There is a rumor that Caleb-san has gone into hiding to guard against assassination. I am merely saying that I doubt a bit whether he will really meet with you or not.
No. I'm sure Caleb-san will meet with me.
Even Rose knew well that Caleb was a violent, wishy person. I mean, she found that out firsthand, didn't she? Not firsthand, but definitely got a good idea of it. She got kidnapped. However, she'd felt that he also had a side of him that was honest to a fault. Even if she did end up dead, he would at least let her talk with him. Even if she did end up dead. Even Rose was a lady of the evening. She had a knack for sensing danger. This invitation was a death trap. If she went, she would certainly be killed. Rosa. I know well that you're not a woman who could let those two die to preserve your own life.
That's right. I couldn't bear to survive by letting someone else die.
Even so, will you go?
Yes. I swore to protect my friends and countrymen. If I leave those two to die, I'll basically be breaking my own oath. I have to take responsibility for the ideals I've raised as a dragon.
There is no guarantee that they will keep their promise.
That's right. So, I will put my life on the line and take responsibility in one more way.
And what would that be? Rose didn't say it out loud, but Major knew. He knew that she had one last thing she wanted to accomplish before abandoning her own life. Oh, he planted that seed very much on purpose, didn't he?
If the Caleb family just loses Caleb's son, it will crumble. You said so yourself, Major Son. There are always a lot of bad people in City 23. However, until Caleb's son appeared, everyone was able to get by.
True enough, if Caleb's son were to disappear. And then it would become a chance for Harmony to return to City 23.
In that case, this is a fitting way for me to take responsibility for helping to bring the situation about. You said so yourself, Major Son. That you would like us to take bold responsibility for the ideals we have announced as dragons. And you also taught us that we mustn't become pigs. We have to have the dragon's resolve to fix this broken world. Caleb's son also had a mission to fix the world. However, his way of doing things wasn't right. If I have a chance to correct that, then I must become a dragon.
He's been smiling this whole time. He has been smiling this whole time. Madam Rose. Just now, you became a dragon. To tell the truth, I had a plan to keep you here and use you as a trump card of sorts. However, you are now a dragon who has received a heavenly mission. One such as myself could not hope to stop you once you've made up your mind. As if you were ever gonna play. This guy's sneaky. He's a schemer. Just like everybody else. Let's be real. It's interesting though because like we know Rose. She probably would have done this either way. Major's definitely like nudging her. But if he left her alone, I don't think the outcome would have been super different. So it's like, at the same time, yes, he's manipulating her. Absolutely. On the other hand, their interests simply align. Because if he had stood by and watched, I think they would have ended up here either way. So that's really interesting. We were always going to end up here. Also, yes, please murder my rival, okay, thanks. I would really like it if you did that. Cool, yep. Oh shit, you will? Yeah, you're a dragon now. Much appreciated. Oh, okay, now we come with like the active participation part. Because Meiju took something out of his desk drawer and set a metal object on the table with a thunk. It was a gun. I was going to make the joke that Rose was gonna go in guns blazing. And I thought, that would be very funny. And then it legitimate actually, yeah, she's gonna go in with a gun. You already know how to use one of these, correct?
Yes.
The Harbor District is on the far corner of City 23 from Chinatown. It is nearly 10 already. You should probably hurry. God damn, Major, this is... This is butler level scheming. Meiju called for one of his underlings in Chinese and ordered him to get a car ready.
Thank you for your help, Meiju-san. No matter what happens to me, please take care of Richard-kun and the others.
Of course. You need not worry.
I'll be going now.
Oh, that is right. Wait there, Rose-san. Take this with you.
What's this? Is it a ring?
You might call it a protective charm. As he said this, he took Rose's hand and put the ring on her finger. It was a dull, gold-colored ring with an oriental design on it. However, the moment she felt it go around her finger, Rose sensed that it wasn't an ordinary ring.
This ring.
It is a protective charm. If you twist this bit, a needle comes out. When he twisted a part of the ring, a small thorn appeared towards the palm side. It is an injection needle. If you extend the needle and hit a foe, poison will be poured into them. A powerful poison with no antidote, passed down through the generations of my people. Anyone who is pierced will surely fall unconscious at once and die. It is possible that your gun will be taken from you. This device can only be used once, but perhaps you should carry it for personal defense. Personal defense, huh? If she was only given a chance to shake Caleb's hand. Furthermore, on the off chance that something happens that would bring shame to your body, you only have to pierce yourself with it. I guess that is a very... I guess you could call that personal defense, I guess. Oh boy.
Thank you very much, Meiju-san. I'm so glad you told me about dragons. I was sure I'd die someday, but thanks to you, I was able to find a way to die with meaning.
She's respecting to her rogue, oh my god. She's respecting to assassin, which is rogue subclass, so you're not wrong. I'm nervous. I don't know. This is not gonna go as planned, I don't think.
To see my sense of justice through until the end, I will go.
He's still just smiling. Madam Rose, if you can, please come back alive. You are indeed a person worthy of respect. The ends up by the end of the episode. Oh god, I'm so worried. I'm so worried. Rose bowed once more, then left at a quick pace. Eventually, she got into a car in the garage and raced down the street to the south. Meiju watched this through the blinds. Rose has excuse me. Rose has departed. Well done. It seems we can do nothing but wait for good news. Still, I guess that's the boss for you. To think that you could change that impatient little girl into a killer in such a short time. Yeah, I was genuinely giving him the benefit of the doubt until the very end there. I am too trusting with literally all these characters, and they all disappoint me. And I'm starting to think that it's not them, it's me. I'm the problem here. True, Rose will figure something out. I have faith that she'll figure out some other way. A third option, if you will. As Rose drove the car quickly, the night's darkness and streetlights each shone down upon her face in turn. Though her eyes were still Rose's eyes, something was different. Rose kept on whispering something in a small voice.
I have to become a dragon.
Her appearance was clearly different from her normal one.
I have to become a dragon.
Lee Meiju was a formidable hitman and a ruthless strategist. However, neither of these was his most fearsome ability. What made him truly fearsome was his conversation technique known as the Dragon's Tongue. It was a technique for influencing a person's thoughts to lure them into your plan as though they had thought of it themselves. Meiju had talked to Rose about dragons several times. The people around and even Rose herself probably thought of this as nothing more than a fable. And that was wrong. Bit by bit, without Rose even noticing it, the words coming from his dragon's tongue had been eating into Rose. Then, by putting together several words and conditions, he would be able to set her up as a dragon at any time. All of that talk about dragons had been a delayed toxin planted in Rose's heart, so he could control her whenever he wanted. So it's like by reaffirming now you've become a dragon. It's like the second she says something that aligns with your plans, it's like a sort of like yeah, see, this is what we were talking about all along. Yeah, sure, yeah, this is what I meant. Or am I interpreting that wrong? I don't, sneaky. Clever, though. With Caleb gone underground in fear of assassinations, no one would be able to approach him except Rose. Lee had spent all that time until today to set Rose up as the ideal assassin. Truth be told, He had wanted to hide her a little longer as a trump card. However, now that he knew the tight security would make assassinating the hostages impossible, I forgot he was gonna assassinate Wayne and Claudia. I forgot about that. I saw him today for the first time in like 3 weeks and I was like, ah yes, I remember him. He was a nice guy. And I was super wrong about that. Super wrong about that. He's such a sweetie, yeah. He's such a nice guy. I like it when he talks about dragons. That's fun. Dragons are neat. That's all that's going on. Sure. I am too naive for my own good. It's a miracle I live to be as old as I am. Anyway, it was the perfect time to carry out the plan. He did say that he just wanted to be friends, and then he said he wanted to use her as a trump card for her face, so I guess that was also wrong. Yeah. Why does everyone in this story just betray me? Leo's the only one you can rely on, really, among all the dudes. And Cyrus. There are 3 levels of killers. The lowest quality killer comes from those who are anxious to do great deeds. The next lowest quality killer comes from those who are cautious. And the most effective killers come from those who are not overly concerned with the preservation of their own lives. Do you think Rose can kill Caleb? That, I don't know. If she succeeds, that would be extremely fortunate. If she fails, it'll stir up a battle of revenge, and we can have Richard and the others become the next assassins. Stella and Meryl have a nature that's easily swayed by emotion. It'll be easy to have them dancing at the tip of my tongue. That's the boss for you. How fearsome. He literally is already planning for if she fails. Damn. If it is truly fated for Madame Rose to become a dragon, then she will surely come back alive. Will she come back alive? That is something that God only knows, as they say. As they say. The emphasis on the wrong bit there. Let us wait at the peak of the Chipped on my own tongue there. But it means Dragon's Gate Mountains. Waiting for her to climb up that waterfall. The waterfall. My reading comprehension skills are just tumbling down the longer the stream goes on. Will you end your story as a piece upon my board, or as a dragon? Madame Rose, this is certainly no mere scheme of mine. It's a trial that you must pass through. But it's definitely also a scheme of his, surely. And I'm glad it's at least interesting. I thought Rose was with you. She said she wanted to be alone, so I let her sleep. We talked about what ought to be done next, but the conversation became a bit of a burden for her. Which room is Rose in? It is her wish that she be left alone for a while. At any rate, how about a drink? I've brought some delicious Chinese alcohol. You think he's not gonna fall for that? Surely. It's Leo, come on. He knows, right? He's always really good at, like, seeing through schemes, so... And pretending that he is completely unaware of the schemes, you're right. Here's the interesting background. Small Rock Chinatown was at the northern tip of City 23. Pier 7, on the other hand, was at the southern tip of the city. Rose's car dashed through a sea of illumination, weaving through lines of traffic.
Protecting a person means taking the lead before anyone else, getting your hands dirty. I have to get my hands dirty. I have to get my hands dirty before anyone else does.
What a dirty trick!
I'm sure Rose will go to the harbor alone.
The point of the plan is to have her do that. Then boil or cook her as they see fit. It might be time for even Rose to pay the piper now. Were you all planning to do the Rose son? Who knows? There aren't any fools out there who would take the trouble of setting a rat free after catching it in a rat trap. You would either keep it as a pet in a cage until it dies, or drown it in water to kill it. Oh, Claudia, she's so tiny. They didn't even put her at the front. Why are you hiding back there?
Rose isn't the sort of person to submit to any kind of threat.
Then she'll surely be killed. That girl happened to be lucky at odd times, but perhaps even that luck has run out. Exudes that much aura, yeah. Her dress takes up that much space. Just completely drowns everybody out. The hair, too. What a scary expression. But don't worry, though, since today will be the last time you have to see my face. Things have gotten disturbing lately, so I've decided to leave the house. I'll give this house to you two. Use it as you see fit. However, never forget the crowd of thugs keeping a lookout outside. I could slip out of a place like this in a minute. Be my guest. If you can, that is. Madam, your car has arrived. Thank you. So long, you two. See you again, someday. You just said they never have to see you again. Amanda took her guards and left. Outside the window, they could see a line of cars filled with guards. Amanda got in, and they raced off into the distance. Damn it. 10 o'clock at Pier 7, she said. If Rosan really has been hiding in Chinatown, she must be on her way to the pier by now.
I knew it.
Knew what?
Look. The lookouts are all gone.
What? When he looked out the window, he couldn't see any of the lookout thugs or their cars. His first thought was that this was crazy, so he circled around and opened the front door, to find that there was no one to be seen. Normally, the corridor outside the door should be filled with thug guards wandering around. What's going on?
Let's go, Wayne-san. Now's our only chance. We can't waste this chance Amanda-san's given us.
But, hey! What the hell is... I think maybe her amount of hair is there to hide her enormous brain from this like 5D chess move that she just did. Because remember Amanda specifically saying like, keep an eye on the lookouts, and then bam, the lookouts are gone. Oh, accidentally my iPad. Oh. She's mega mind? Yeah, basically. The guards that used to be there in great numbers all the time, absolutely nowhere to be seen. Wayne advanced, cautious of his surroundings, still unable to shake his prudence. Claudia ran openly. In front of the apartment building sat an abandoned car with a key in the ignition. There was no doubting it now. Amanda was trying to help the two of them escape.
The hell? Is this some kind of trap? I told you, didn't I? Amanda-san isn't our enemy. Caleb-san was almost assassinated, and they've even had traitors appearing in their upper ranks. Amanda-san has decided that the Caleb family doesn't have much time left.
True enough. Amanda had pretended to grumble and told them about Caleb almost being assassinated, as well as the fact that traitors had appeared. However, she never said a word about the Caleb family not having much time left. Still, Wayne accepted it. It was that keen, we have yet another word that I have never seen before in my life. I feel like this game is this story is making me smarter. Not words that I don't know that it's throwing at me. It was that keen perspicacity, I'm assuming. But it might be perspicacity. It could be any. This could be anything. This could be anything. This could be anything. It was that keen, whatever that is, shared only by ladies of the evening. Shrewdness. Okay, they should have just put in shrewdness when they were translating this. Oh, it was? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. So, perspicacity, shared only by ladies of the evening. That intuition. Something that surpassed a man's understanding. Oh, Cassidy, okay. Okay. I'm learning so much today. I will never use this word in my life again. Ever. I guarantee it. But still I learned a thing. That intuition that Amanda had built up after making it through all sorts of conflicts had predicted the Caleb family's collapse. And without any words, Claudia had picked up on the same thing. Without any words.
If the Caleb family is a single body, then Rose is a thorn in their side. To them, she must be captured immediately, for Primavera's own sake. However, if the Caleb family falls, Rose will become necessary again. That's why Amanda-san let us go. To save Rose. To save Primavera.
We have some legendary introspection from Wayne here. And I'm sorry, I know that's mean. But I'm not wrong. I'm dumb. I can't understand this thing you clever women think. There's just one thing I can't understand. Rosan is in danger, and we're the only ones who can save her. There was even a gun waiting for them in the car. With this much prepared for them, it was clear what Amanda had wanted them to do. Pier number 7 was close, but so was 10 p.m. Wayne pushed harder and harder on the accelerator. Claudia could only pray for her best friend's safety and luck. And I think, didn't Claudia also stay in touch with the people of Primavera after Rose had to leave? So I think, you know, she's seen a side of Amanda that hasn't really been presented in the plot much, and that Amanda has been actively trying to hide. So that also kind of explains why they're more on the same wavelength, I think. Plus, practically everyone knows at this point that, you know, without Caleb, the Caleb family's nothing. And if she's like been deliberately dropping hints about how, gosh, gee, he almost got killed. Gosh, gee, there's some traitors waiting in the wings, you know. She's been dropping just not clues or hints. She's been dropping like bombs. Like, hey, pay attention. She's egging them on, yeah. I'm just glad that Claudia's initial like theory that Amanda's is actually sort of on their side-ish turned out to be correct, because that's fun. I like that. I do think maybe there's like an opportunist edge to it, right? That if Caleb's whole plan had turned out okay, she would have never done this. I don't think she would have. She would have just let them down. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Yeah, she was definitely trying to preserve herself and, yes, also Primavera, but as an extension of herself, in a way. So now that it's like, well, I tried this, it didn't work. Time to get Rose back in charge, basically. Then she's gonna roll with that. But if that hadn't been necessary, she would have never gone for it, I don't think. But if, you know, if you go down with Caleb and his organization, then Primavera implodes. Then, you know, everyone's out in the street. So I get why she's doing this. That's like the one thing that she wanted to prevent, right? Is that everybody ends up on the streets. Rose's car approached the agreed-upon meeting spot, Pier number 7. A crowd of men was waiting for her. The headlights of several cars greeted Rose by shining brightly on her. She couldn't see well with the backlight, but she could tell that the men were pointing several heavy-looking machine guns at her. Rose got out of the car and stood facing them. Are you Rose Hybara?
I came alone, as promised. Are you happy now? Just in time. I thought you'd show up here with a bit more leeway. Traffic was worse than I'd imagined. And it's pretty far between here and Small Rock, Chinatown, isn't it? Chinatown has nothing to do with this. I came here of my own personal will. Please let Wayne-kun and Claudia go. We never promised you anything like that, right? We promised that they'd be safe, but we never promised to let them go. Please let me meet with Caleb-san. Caleb said he's willing to meet with you, but not here. Please take me to where he is. But first, you need a body check. It would sure be troublesome if you had any plans of dying and taking Caleb with you.
From the beginning, she hadn't thought they'd let her take a gun with her. Rose slowly took off her gun and threw it to the ground at her feet.
That's the only weapon I have.
Of course, that was a lie. On her finger was the assassination ring that Meiju had given her. From the start, that gun had only been camouflage to make it look as though she had disarmed.
You're lying, aren't you?
Women lie so easily. Unlike men, they lack a moral code that says lying is wrong. What the hell kind of glue has Miguel been huffing? I know he hates women, and that's like his shtick, but... what? Men would never lie. He lies all the time? Like, he's lied to multiple characters at this point. What? Anyway.
That's not true. You know, I can tell a woman is lying by her smell. I can smell the stink coming from you. You're just overflowing with that rotten crayfish stench.
Yeah, he's a dog now, also? Rose felt it immediately. Men could be roughly grouped into the majority, those who couldn't see through a woman when she lied, and a rare minority who could. That's just people in general, though. Some people are really good at telling when someone's lying and others aren't. Sometimes things in this story get kind of divided by gender in a way that makes just no sense to me. It's like, ah, yes, this is a women's thing, and this is a feminine thing, and that's a masculine thing, and I'm like, what? What? Huh? What? And this is one of those things. Rose felt that this man was part of the rare latter group. Are you saying that he can actually smell your lies? Is he actually like a lie Rottweiler or something? And like, is like, what? He's a hound bastard, but like for lies. He's like a lie hound. Instead of a bloodhound, right? Okay, I guess I'll roll with it. Girl, don't. She glanced at the ring. Girl, don't. It was an old, worn-out ring that didn't stand out much in the darkness of night. Don't look at the ring! However, it was a bit unsuitable for a lady of the evening to wear. It was hard to say that Rose's outfit matched the oriental design on that ring. Also, they know you're in Chinatown, so they might assume that it's like a Chinese design. Okay, everyone's a dog, because Rose's nose kept telling her how dangerous Miguel was. This Miguel had a sense of smell like an animal. It's like... I'm sorry. Oh, this sentence hurts me. This sentence hurts me. I'm taking psychic damage from this sentence. And I'm sorry, I'm about to inflict it on you as well. This Miguel had a sense of smell like an animal. No, like a woman, with sharp instincts to match. He might figure it out, especially if you keep glancing at the ring, Rose. If this ring was taken from her, she wouldn't be able to do anything. However, this Miguel was Caleb's right-hand man. It was a shame that she couldn't take Caleb down with her, but by now, there was no helping it. If she killed Miguel, his underlings would probably take revenge at once. She would be turned into a honeycomb on this pier and die. She was prepared. How could she let herself stay discouraged at the last moments of her life?
If you can't trust me, why don't you do a body check on me?
Good point.
I think we'll do that.
It would be a pain if you had a bomb on you or something, after all. What, you mean like a small bomb that you swallowed? Sorry, that was a reference. If only that were really true. I'd be able to take more of them down with me.
Then you can examine me.
Oh?
Feel free to examine my body to your heart's content.
Of course I'll have that done. But I think I'll give that job to some of these young pups. Sounds like she wants a body check, so go and give her one. Yes.
No,
What's that?
I am still Madame Rose of Primavera, a noble woman. Father Caleb's right-hand man, Miguel's son, would be one thing. My body is not to be touched by mere small fry.
Oh, holy shit, Rose. What do you think you're saying?
You say some funny things, girl. Sure. In that case, I'll take good care of you. After all, I already know every little corner of your body.
The memory of the time she'd been wounded and humiliated welled up inside her. She bit down the chill of that memory in her throat.
However, when I see a woman's skin, I won't be able to stop myself from cutting it again. Are you still okay with that? I don't care.
It was a once-in-a-lifetime provocation from Rose. Miguel slowly walked forward. If he doesn't notice the ring, I'll have a chance to go after Caleb. But if he does, I'll die along with Miguel. Since the time I came here, my life has already been abandoned. Miguel stopped a tatami mat's width away from her. What a cautious man. He's just barely far away enough to prevent me from doing anything.
Raise your hands.
Rose raised her hands as instructed.
You want me to jump up and down or something?
Strip. Whistle. I'm not gonna whistle into the mic, it's gonna peak. Upon hearing that order, the men whistled boorishly.
I thought you'd say that.
It's what men always order women to do.
If you're so insistent on meeting Caleb, our body check has to be perfect, right? If you don't like it, we could just give you a free ticket to the Tokyo Bay Aquarium.
You would have done a wolf whistle. I think that's what they were going for, yeah. And I do have noise cancellation, but I don't know how that deals with whistling because I don't make a habit of whistling into, like, directly into the mic, or even near it, really. I'll try it sometime, but not during stream.
I understand. I'll take my clothes off.
She had never dreamed that she'd be forced to take off her clothes outside, lit up by the headlights of cars. Though she was prepared for death, Rose's fingertips shook slightly. Slowly, those trembling fingers touched her clothes, and the men laughed boorishly. Her clothes split at the chest, and her white skin and breasts slowly peeked out. Not wearing underwear? I mean, I guess he did say strip, so.
Wait. What? How long have you worn that ring? That ring?
On the middle finger of your right hand.
I change my rings a lot, depending on how I feel that day. It doesn't suit you. Huh? That ring doesn't suit you.
It was a bit hard to believe that a man so hostile to women would be so perceptive. However, a woman would have noticed, because as we all know, men don't notice things. I mean, I guess Major didn't notice. She could have just put it in her pocket, like, or something, you know? It's putting the ring directly on her was maybe not the best call. And Miguel, with his similar sensitivity, had noticed. Would you mind throwing that ring away?
This ring is precious to me. Won't you let it slide?
Then I'll take it. I'll give it back later. That's bad. I've seen how good Miguel's intuition is. I'm sure he'll notice the device in the ring. But if I lose the ring, I won't be able to take anyone with me. And if I resist, it'll be impossible to keep Miguel fooled. A ring-shaped weapon, or some sort of hidden contraption. Things like that exist, you know? It's no use. He's completely onto me. It's best to give up on using this ring for now. Rose readied herself, then took off the ring and threw it into the pitch-black sea. Miguel was a good distance away. Even if she attacked him now, she wouldn't be able to take him down, so the ring was of no more use to her. In that case, better to just get rid of it and let him take her to Caleb. She had no weapon, but if a person is prepared to die, there's sure to be some way to take a life. Wasn't that ring precious to you?
It's because it was precious. I wouldn't want your hands defiling it.
How bold. In that case, why don't we continue with our strip show? I've got no interest in women, but these young pups don't seem to agree. Why waste such a chance? Make it sexy, just like the Madam of Primavera should be. Don't just stand there teasing us. Strip
Now.
Though the obscene voices humiliated her, Rose put her hands on her clothes again. As soon as she did, the screech of tires and the roar of gunfire rang out. Finally.
Over there! It's Rose!
Rose-san!
Riddle him with holes.
Within moments, the car became a honeycomb of lead, spitting out white smoke. 2 people crawled out from behind it.
Lincoln. Claudia. We came to save you. I thought you'd been caught. We escaped. Get your head lower.
I didn't know what was going on. However, it was at least clear that they weren't hostages anymore. In that case, there's no more need to stay in a dangerous place like this.
Hey, isn't that Wayne and Claudia? Why are they here?
I'll let you know if you want, so come on over. The car Wayne and Claudia had come in was now filled with holes, and fire as well as smoke was starting to spurt out of it. This car is already done for. We'll probably need another car. And this pier is a dead end. If we move slowly and our path is blocked by enemy reinforcements, we're trapped like rats. Which is no problem for Wayne because remember, he considers himself one. Claudia, steal the car in those shadows over there.
It's impossible. If I get out from behind this car, I'll be Swiss cheese. Let's do it, Claudia. That's the only way to survive. Wayne-kun, I'm counting on you. Give us cover.
Rose picked up the gun she had thrown away earlier, then started returning cover fire from behind the car in a practiced manner. Wayne quickly realized that she was giving him time to reload, and was doubly surprised. Rosa, when did you learn how to use a gun?
2, 1. Reload.
Rose continued to shoot, taking care to remember how many bullets she had left. Oh, I'm so proud of her. Then, she announced that she was out of bullets, asking Wayne to provide support while she reloaded. Okay, but where ammo from, though? Like, where ammo from, though? I know you have the guns, but where'd you get... where ammo? I don't mean to, like, be a... you know, put a damper on things, but where ammo? Wayne, as someone who had been instructed in guns by Leo, understood. She must have learned this from him. Suspension of disbelief must be suspended? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I see. So you and Leo met up with each other.
Everyone's safe. There's only you and Claudia left.
Got it. I'll cover you. Dash out the next time I shoot.
It's impossible. Impossible. We'll be killed. Wait here, Claudia. I'll start the car up. Now, run.
Oh shit, oh shit. I was ready, and then the second I let my guard down. That was close.
You're so cool, Wayne. Are you trying to be John Wayne now or something?
Come on, Miguel. Surrender's not in my dictionary. Thanks to Wayne's efforts, the enemy eyes were drawn completely to him. During that gap, Rose leapt out from behind the car and reached the abandoned car. That car was behind cover, so it was protected from enemy bullets.
We're in luck. The key's still in the ignition. Wayne-kun, the engine's running. Come over here, quickly.
If Wayne and Claudia made it across, they'd be able to escape. However, the fierce gunfire had them pinned behind the burning car that was rapidly turning into scrap. You run next, Claudia. I'll find a way to make an opening.
I understand. I'll run like my life depends on it.
When you get there, escape with Rosa. Don't wait for me.
We can't do that.
I can worm my way out of this place alone. I can't do it with a woman dressed in a kimono. Unless you want to take it off and run around in your underwear, do what I say without complaining.
Yes.
That's a good point though, like she can't run in that.
That woman is planning to escape with that car.
Miguel, women have nothing to do with this, right? Fight me. Which one of us is better with a gun? If you call yourself a man, stop running away and fight me. Wait. Wayne's voice completely got away from me there.
I like it, Mad Dog Wayne.
Are they flirting? Is this flirting? He's a little under pressure, and me too, with all the super intense yelling that they're doing.
Wayne-kun.
Oh god. Ooh. That's a new image in the background. He just won't stop. Oh my god. Now, run, Claudia.
Yes.
As soon as she tried to run, Claudia saw something metal fly past her eyes.
Isn't that...
Grenade! There was an ear-splitting roar and a blast of heat. The car they were hiding behind exploded with a burst of crimson flame and flew into the air before crushing the two silhouettes. The explosion of the grenade had set off the burning fuel tank.
Wayne-kun, Claudia.
A moment later, pieces of metal and glass rained down upon the whole area. Rose frantically called their names, but neither appeared from the billowing flames and black smoke.
Wayne-kun. Claudia.
Miguel-san, it's a patrol car. Let's get out of here.
You got too flashy. Anyway, catch Rose.
The whistles blown by police officers were racing closer. Miguel's group surrounded the car Rose had been hiding behind, but she was nowhere to be seen.
So she's hiding. She should be somewhere close by.
Should we search for her? The whistles and screeching tires were getting closer and closer. At this rate, they'd be trapped rats on this pier themselves.
Well, let's retreat. I'll remember this, Rose.
Miguel made the painful decision to retreat. They were in the middle of negotiations with the occupying forces. They mustn't get captured by the police and give them a card to use in those talks. They got in their cars one after another and dashed away at full speed. After watching them go, Rose crawled out from a gap between containers.
Lincoln. Claudia.
She stumbled up to the burning wreckage of the car. She called their names over and over again, but no one answered. After being crushed beneath that massive, burning hunk of metal, there was no way they would answer. Rose's heart was gouged with an unacceptable fact, and she gasped from the pain of it.
Please, answer me. Answer. No.
The inferno stopped her from getting any closer. She would never be able to see their faces again, much less wipe the grime from them. She could do nothing but slump to her knees and call out to the pair on the other side of the crimson flames with all of her strength. The sounds of whistles and many footsteps raced towards her. Be careful. Someone may still be hiding somewhere around. Hey, you! What was going on here? Who the hell are you?
Lincoln. Claudia. Answer me. Answer me. Let go of me. Let go. Ah.
Take her away. She may be one of the criminals. The MPs dragged Rose away. However, her eyes were blank. Nothing was reflected in them, except the heartless smoke from the burning car that now marked their graves. After being pushed into the MP's car, Rose's face was black with tear-streaked dust. However, her pupils were also muddy.
Lincoln. Claudia. I have to become a dragon.
What the goddamn? No, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I refuse to believe. I can't tell if this is like better than what I had last time or worse, but irrelevant. I refuse to believe. Okay, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I also, like, look at these save files. They're an absolute mess. I'm just gonna start overwriting some of these. Hey, there's no way. They must have gotten out somehow, right? Right. Right? I mean, right. Oh shit, you're right, we know that Wayne makes it through. Right, I completely forgot about that, so part of me was like, oh no, he's dead. But no, we know that he lives. Oh, thank goodness. That would have been such if that's how they died, that would be so miserable. I would hate that. I would hate that so much. Although we don't know if Claudia's okay. But well, I guess maybe we will find out next time. Maybe it'll take a little longer, who knows? All I can say with, surety is that a word? All I can say for sure is everything kind of blew up this episode. Literally also. And, I'm kind of here for it, but also, if Claudia goes out like this, I will riot. I will be very unhappy. And I hope that we find out if they're okay or not quick, but, it's hard to say. Because again, I don't know how the story goes. Which is not a bad thing, because it's more fun this way, but, wow. Wow. Damn. I'm genuinely a little speechless. I'm not gonna... Yeah, it was intense. And that... I did not see the grenade coming for obvious reasons. Like, that was all set up to be, like, a big damn hero moment. Where Rose is, you know, rescued and they ride off to the sunset, they meet their friends again, it's all fine. And that didn't happen. At the same time, like, if Rose had been saved there, I also considered that Leo might show up, yeah. But no. And if Rose had been saved there, it wouldn't have really done anything for her character either, right? Like, it would have been like, alright, I gotta go there and be strong and tough and do what needs to be done. But then she would have failed at everything and needed rescuing. Which she still kind of does now, but, like, the stakes are, like, I mean... This is... I don't... Like, this was a huge failure now instead of stasis, right? And she did cover for Wayne, and was really capable in a gunfight. So there's growth there, for sure, you're right. And also her ability to think quickly in these kinds of situations. And also stepping up to protect others in a really, I guess, physical way. And she was super smart with Miguel. You know, you're right. Like, just because he caught her doesn't mean that she did a bad job. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm not sure she would have seen it as her doing a good job, but she's really hard on herself, so you can't really trust Rose on Rose, I don't think. low self-esteem characters, you know. You can never trust what they think about themselves. Not really. And her throwing that ring out away and being like, well, this is too important for you to get your grubby hands on. That was perfect. Her modesty is part of her charm? Yeah. She could use a little more, like, confidence, I still think so, but... And I hope this isn't gonna make her feel even worse about herself, but, you know, this might be one of those cases where it gets worse before it gets better. It's probably something like that. Oh no. I just want her to be happy. She might overcompensate. Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah. That's also a good point. I think the only way we find out what happens is if we continue following the story and reading it. And that's what I'm gonna do next week on this very channel. The speculation is definitely fun. You're not wrong. Yeah, no, we are back in the swing of things on the channel. When it comes to Rose Guns Days, other types of streams will be on hold for a bit while I kind of try to figure out what I even want to do with this channel. But Rose Guns Days is gonna keep going because that's kind of set. That's settled. I know what to do. I know what I want to do on that front. I'm just gonna continue the series. I enjoy it. The rest, who knows? I'll let you know when I know. Visuals novels is what you're here for? Well, that's exactly what you're getting. And thank you for the save reminder. So yeah, I am gonna wrap up now because I overdid it. My voice hurts. But I can still like make noises, so like I can still words. So I guess it could be worse. I'm not completely hoarse. Aw, thank you. I'm glad you think so. I'm just gonna keep going, and hopefully it's gonna get a little easier over time. It probably will. It has done in the past. Just every time I take a break, it's a little bit of a reset. Because I still haven't made an appointment with, like, a speech therapist. Aha. Oops. One day. One day I will. Today is not that day. But yeah, that was a really fun episode. I'm really enjoying the story still. Hope you're having a good time with it too. So yeah, for a little bit, this is gonna be the only stuff I do on the channel. Taking a little break from other things. I might do some shorts here and there on the YouTube, so keep an eye on that. And aside from all that, oh boy. Maybe next time I can talk about my opinions on 24-hour streams. But if I was able to do that, that would be neat. Would I do it? No. It would be cool though, if I had the ability. But yeah, I'm gonna be back next week with episode 4 of season 2 of Rose Guns Days. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, night, week, year, month, in the correct order. And I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.